Good day, and welcome to the Q2 and H1FY26 earnings conference call for Sarda Energy and Minerals Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Ankit Jain from Stellar Investor Relations. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bhumika. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. To discuss Q2 and H1FY26 business performance, we have with us the senior management team of Sarda Energy and Minerals Limited, represented by Mr. Pankaj Sarda, MD, Mr. Manish Sarda, Deputy MD, Mr. Padan Managing Director and CFO, and Mr. Nilay Joshi, Executive Director. Before we proceed with this call, I would like to mention that some of the statements made in today's call may be forward-looking in nature and may involve risk and uncertainties. The company also undertakes no obligation to update any forward-looking statements to the developments that occur after the statement is made. Documents relating to the company's financial performance, including the investor presentation, have been uploaded on the stock exchange and the company's website. I now hand over the conference to the management, and then we'll open the floor for Q&A. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Ankit. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The operating performance during the quarter was steady. We have achieved highest ever half-yearly production of iron ore pellet, captive power, hydropower, and coal in Indonesian coal mine. The IPP thermal power plant ranked at 11th number in All India ranking of the capacity utilization for the half year against 125th rank in the previous year. The plant achieved power load factor of 85.27% against 56.13% in previous year same quarter and 90.21% in quarter one of current financial year. During the half year, hydropower generation grew by 32% year on year, 482 million units, supported by above average monsoon and commissioning of 24.9 megawatt Reher hydropower plant in July. Reher hydropower project of 25 megawatt commenced commercial operation on July 8, 2025. The plant 35.38 million units, achieving power load factor of 110% during the quarter. We are supplying power to Chhattisgarh Power Distribution Company Limited under 40-year long-term power sale arrangement at fixed generic tariff. Coal mines. During the quarter, the company was declared successful bidder for Senduri coal block in Shahdol district of Madhya Pradesh. The company has received allocation order on 8th October 2025. The mine is near our existing Shahpur coal mine. As per schedule, we have to start production by end of financial year 2033. This is an underground mine with average grade of G9 coal. Now we have 6 coal mines in our fold, including 2 in joint venture, of which 1 is in Indonesia and 1 is in India. 2 coal mines are in operation and 1 is under development, which is expected to come into production by end of next financial year. We expect to get permission to enhance the production of Gare Palma 4/7 coal mine from 1.68 million ton per annum to 1.8 million ton per annum in the current quarter, and we will achieve the increased production in the financial year itself. Power. As of now, we have a pipeline of 3 small hydropower projects of 25 megawatt each, totaling 75 megawatt, which are in different stage of approvals. Captive solar power plant of 50 megawatt. Most of the equipments have been delivered and transferred. Project commissioning is expected before end of the current financial year. 30 megawatt PG set replacement. Work is on schedule with operations expected to begin by mid of next financial year. we will be taking shutdown of the unit in this quarter. During this period, we are seeking necessary approvals required for expansion of our existing 600 megawatt IPP thermal power project. Financial performance. In Q2 FY26, we posted consolidated revenue of 1,528 crores, up 32% year-on-year and down 6% quarter-on-quarter. Quarter-on-quarter fall is on account of the seasonal factors. Profitability. EBITDA rose to 580 crores versus 393 crores year-on-year, with the energy segment contributing about 70% of the operating profit. Consolidated profit after tax grew 61% year-on-year to rupees 328 crores. The company has exceeded the last whole year's profit in the first half itself. The seasonal fall in power price realization affected the profitability of the thermal power operation, which was partly offset by higher generation of hydropower. Debt and liquidity position. The company's net gearing, that is net debt to equity ratio, is negligible, providing headroom for financing growth opportunities. Net debt to EBITDA is also well below 1. Net debt as on 30th September stood below rupees 500 crores on the consolidated level, as against about rupees 1,000 crores as on 30th June 2025. On a standalone level, we are net cash company. The outlook on company's external credit rating, which is CRISIL AA- has been revised from stable to positive in November 2025. Long-term loans repayable within next 1 year stands at rupees 220 crores, and liquidity remains robust with about rupees 2,200 crores in cash and liquid investments. I now hand over to Sri Manish Sarda to discuss the industry overview and outlook. Over to Sri Manish Sarda.
Thanks, Jain Sahab. During the quarter, the power demand remained subdued due to extended rainfall and below average temperature. The weighted average price of power on IEX for the quarter fell to 3.89 rupees per unit as against 4.37 rupees per unit in Q2 FY25. The Indian coal index also fell from 140 in September 2024 to 124.68 in September 2025. The compensation cess of rupees 400 has been removed on coal, but GST has been increased from 5 to 18% with effect 22nd of September 2025. But still, it will reduce cost of coal and consequently cost of power generation. In H1 FY26, India recorded growth of 13% in steel production as against degrowth of 2% globally and degrowth of 5% in China. In spite of degrowth in production, China's export of steel rose by 9.2% in 9 months ended September 2025, year-on-year. India remained a net importer of steel despite imposition of anti-dumping duty on certain steel products. Iron ore prices remain range-bound but at higher level of trajectory. Steel prices were weak due to seasonal effect and imports. In October, India lifted anti-dumping duties on certain steel products such as flat roll products and straight-length bars and rods imported from countries including China, Vietnam, and Korea. This move reflects a shift of trade policy influenced by factors like supply chain needs and comes after the expiration of previous duties. We have focused more on domestic market for sale of ferroalloys due to better realization. As a result, exports in the Q2 dropped from 28,200 metric tons to 27,600 metric tons. Macro indicators remain favorable with inflation remaining below target levels, providing RBI headroom for accommodative policy initiatives.
Any investor misbehaving in this sense?
Excuse me?
Pardon?
Sorry, there was some disturbance. So post-monsoon and festive season, construction activity picks up, pushing up the steel demand. Prices of steel products are also expected to improve from current levels. Hydropower generation is also expected to remain better year-on-year due to extended monsoon. Increased spending post-GST rejig is expected to support economic growth and trade expansion. That concludes our performance and outlook. Thank you.
Should we open the floor for the question and answer?
Yeah.
We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. A request to all the participants, please restrict yourself to 2 questions only so that the management can answer everybody's question. Should you have follow-up questions, please rejoin the queue. The first question comes from the line of Amit from MK. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity and congratulations on a good set of numbers in a difficult quarter. So my first question is if you could provide some update on SKS power plant in terms of PLF realizations and cost performance in Q2, and then any guidance for second half of the year, specifically with the targeted cost savings, what could be the FY26 exit rate on unit cost?
So we had a PLF of 85% in the quarter, as stated in our initial remarks, as against 90% in the quarter one. And annual targeted, as we told, we should be able to achieve 80% of the PLF on average. This is what is the annual average.
Okay, and with the cost saving, where could we see the exit rate of FY26 unit cost?
Unit cost, if you consider, we expect the coal prices to be down by about 200 rupees to 250 rupees per metric ton. So we should be able to save about 15 paisa per unit of the power cost.
Okay. And then second, on the steel business, given that prices are soft and there is a growing supply by the primary steel makers, what kind of levers do we have on the cost side and product mix so that we can defend our margins?
Manishji?
Can you just repeat the question again? Please?
Yeah. Yes, sure. So on the steel business, the prices have been weak in the last few months, and there is a growing supply by the primary steel makers. New capacities have been put up by the large companies. What kind of levers do we have on the cost side and the product mix side so that we can defend our margins?
So if you have seen that the steel prices have been weak, and they've been weak like in the last few years, we have never seen this kind of weakness which has happened. But I think this is the bottom of the steel pricing structure. Now, the point which you mentioned that the steel companies are, the primary steel companies have been expanding. But at the same time, the secondary steel companies have also been expanding as the market is also expanding. There is a huge infrastructure push which is there from the government, but which is delayed, and it's a demand-supply gap that should meet up in some time. So I don't see too much of a worry out here in terms of steel pricing. It's very cyclical, and it's just we are in that cycle right now. And once this extended monsoon is over, we will see the uptick in pricing as well. Because if you look at the raw material pricing per se, neither has coal gone down substantially, and neither has iron ore, moved out between the, if you see the price band of iron ore, it's always been between 96 and 103 in China. And we have seen that there is a substantial reduction in production of steel in China as well. So what we are foreseeing is that this was a very cyclical thing that has happened. And in the next few months, we'll be seeing the uptick of the prices, because if you look at the raw material pricing also, it has not moved down quite a bit in terms of ferroalloys, in terms of coke, in terms of coal, in terms of iron ore. So we don't see any further prices going down. In fact, we from here we are seeing an uptake that is going to happen in the pricing.
One more point I would like to add. Whenever we find an opportunity, instead of using the captive power for production, we sell power so as to maintain our margins. Instead of producing steel, we divert the captive power for sale into the market. That also rescues our margins.
Understood. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Shashwat from Agility Advisors. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I just had two questions. First one is that is the company planning to do any inorganic or organic growth in the next 2 years for specifically for the power segment, or any other opportunity that company is looking to go for?
The company already have plans in hand for 3 more hydropower projects of 25 megawatt each. In addition to that, 50 megawatt solar power plant is already under execution. The company is also moving ahead with the expansion in our existing 600 megawatt IPP. It's a approval process is going on. It will take some time to start capex on the thermal power. Otherwise, all the other 4 projects we are already on with the capex. In addition to that, we have been constantly looking for both organic and inorganic opportunities.
Okay, sir. And apart from that, any other growth levers that we are seeing that could lead to the increased revenue and profitability for the next 2-3 years?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question I had is that do you have any other growth levers that you can see that that can lead to the increased revenue and profitability in the coming next 2-3 years?
Yeah, we already have a few of the coal mines where we are spending capexes, and one of the coal mine will start production in the next financial year. In the second coal mine, we will increase our capacity presently from 1.68 to 1.8 million, then from 1.8 million to 3 million in the first phase, and subsequently maybe on the further higher side. So that is another segment, another area where from we will start generating revenues. We have also participated in few of the other acquisition opportunities, and that's an ongoing process. So whenever something gets clicked, that will be additional opportunity. And as we told, we hardly have any loan on our books. Our gearing is very, very low. So that growth opportunity, if we find we have sufficient capability to acquire those opportunities, and go ahead.
And sir, any update on the Supreme Court hearing?
Supreme Court hearing had taken place twice, and again it's continuously going on. Next it will be held on 18th of this month.
Okay.
So hearing is going on.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Manav from Yes Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. So my first question comes, we are looking at the coal mines at 1.8 million tons. What runway should we see going ahead, for the expansion up to 5.2? Could you give me some timelines and, how in the phase planner are we going to grow this?
In the first phase, we will move it from 1.8 million to 3 million ton approximately. And it will also take time of 2 to 3 years to seek all the approvals. And before that, we don't have any expansion also in hand. So before we have expansion of our power plant capacity, we will have expanded capacity in place.
Got it. So basically, this coal expansion will take place around about in FY28, and that's when the coal will start flowing into our power plants. That would be the same effect?
No, presently also coal is flowing to our power plant. I said with the expanded capacity of power plant, we will require higher quantity of coal.
Yes.
So before that, the coal mine will come up, and even we can go for merchant sale also in between if there is some time gap in commissioning of the power plant. We will have merchant sale of the power from our existing coal mine.
Got it. And just an extension of this, we also have coal mines in Indonesia. Could you give me, how the annual mining capacity is out over there, and what sort of realizations and margins do we get? That is completely for merchant sales, I'm guessing.
Tons.
So in Indonesia, we are targeting a production of 1.8 million tons. But let me brief you that our Indonesian coal mines is on the what we call the backflow of the sea. And the advantage is that we have a jetty, but the disadvantage is that many times there's a lot of flooding which happens because of heavy rains in that area. Also, the land acquisition is a bit troublesome because of the plasma plantation of rubber and palm oil. So we are trying, and we've been continuously trying to seek the government intervention there, which happens from time to time in acquiring the land and the surface rights. And hopefully we should be able to garner some strength in that and probably acquire some more lands, because the expansion purely depends upon the land acquisition out there. That is one thing. But hopefully we'll be touching 1.8 million tons in the coming 12 months. As far as profitability is concerned, right now I wouldn't have the exact numbers, but Mr. P.K. Jain will get back to you on that. You can specifically ask for that on my email, or you can talk to Mr. P.K. Jain separately, and he'll be able to give you the exact numbers for the profitability. But decent operations have started taking place because of the volumes that we've been able to mine, and it's a profitable venture now. So, and we are hoping with 1.8 million ton, it will become a little more profitable going forward.
Got it. That is quite helpful. So my second question is, for the thermal power generation that we do. Earlier we used to have, in our presentations, we also used to include the CPP production and sales. So if you could just provide me with that number, I think it was missing from this presentation onwards.
Yeah, CPP generally we hardly sell very minimal quantum. So far as sales is concerned, it's a minimal, as we said, whenever we get opportunity and where margins on the steel production is low, then only we sell the captive power. Otherwise we don't sell. But so far as production is concerned, during the quarter we had a captive power generation of 339 million units as against 355 million units in the last quarter. And corresponding quarter of the previous year, we had generation of 336. So it is in the range of 34 to 35 crore units per quarter.
Got it, sir. So one last question would be, on SKS Power. I mean, we have seen that the Supreme Court hearing is getting delayed.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Mana, but please rejoin the queue for further questions.
Sure.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Prolin Nandu from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thank you for taking my question. I have first question is on steel and ferro alloy. While you alluded that prices are quite low and cycle should turn, but is there a scope to improve the product mix, or probably think about getting into a forward integration, right? So that we don't have to be dependent on cycle. Is there a thought process? Maybe not the near term, but in a medium term, to probably see how do we increase the share of value add and get into some kind of a forward integration, so that these cycles don't affect us as they have done in the past?
Maniji?
Sorry, can you just repeat again because the voice is cracking up and coming. I'm in a little low signal area, so would request you to kindly repeat the same, please.
Yeah. Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, you were audible even before. It's just that beach mein words you were missing.
I will repeat, sir. So my question was on steel and ferroalloy segment.
Yeah.
While you have answered the question that we are at a cyclically low in terms of demand supply mismatch. But my question was that how do we ensure that we improve the mix or get into forward integration so that such cycles in steel don't affect us going ahead? So is there a thought process maybe in near term or the medium term to ensure that we work on mix or maybe do some capex to get into some kind of forward integration in these two segments?
So frankly speaking, we've had the brainstorming, which is always ongoing as a process in the group. And right now, we don't have any immediate focus. If you look at it, we were producing 6 million tons of 0.6 million tons of pellet. We have increased that capacity. So we have increased our ferroalloys capacity in the last 1.5 years. If you've seen that, we've come out with a new furnace at Vizag. We will be expanding, but we will be expanding with a lot of caution, and we will be expanding in a very strategic manner. Now, as Mr. P.K. Jain has also mentioned, that we are looking at a couple of, assets in the NCLT. So primarily, it may not be in the steel or in the ferroalloy sector. It can be in power. It can be in hydropower. It can be, any asset which is strategic to us and which makes more sense in terms of our stakeholders and shareholders. So we are looking at expansion, continuous expansion, but may not be exactly in steel and ferroalloys. It may happen so that we go into steel and ferroalloys as well, but it has to be very strategic for us. We are already looking at an iron ore mine which we have acquired in Gadchiroli. If you are aware that the company has already got one mine in Gadchiroli, so we are currently evaluating that as well, and we are seeing what downstreams we can do in that project, in that iron ore mine, so that it actually creates value for all the stakeholders.
Sure, that's helpful. Thank you for that. My next question is on the SKS and the thermal power. Now you are going to take a shutdown, right? Is what you mentioned. So this is going to be how long, and is it going to be in, for how much is going to be I mean, is this the yearly kind of a thing, or is there something else that you intend to do? And also, can you help me understand how much of the capacity is earmarked under PPA, and what are our plans to get more PPAs on that particular, power plant?
So part of the shutdown will be in this quarter, maybe second half of the December, and part will be in January. So the shutdown will be spreading over. That is routine annual maintenance shutdown. That happens every year. Last year it was in the month of September, October. This time it is in the December, January. Depending upon the demand supply scenario, we move this here and there by 1 or 2 months. So that shutdown is planned based on the market conditions of the demand and supply. Second, so far as PPAs are concerned, presently most of the power we are selling in the short-term arrangement, where we are tying up power for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And now we have entered into few of the contracts for medium term, and we are also in dialogue for one long-term contract for part of the capacity. So what we have, our plan is that to have at least 50% tied up for medium or long term, and 50 out of 50%, some for maybe 20% for the short to medium term, and the remaining 25% in the open market. This is our long-term strategy for the project.
And when do you intend to reach that strategy, sir? This mix.
Pardon?
By when do you intend to reach this mix, sir? How much time will it take, sir, for our mix to be what you intend to, right? I mean, 50% long and...
As I told, we have already tied up one medium-term contract for about 100 megawatt, 125 megawatt is under negotiation, and 100 megawatt for long-term is under negotiation. So we are already moving ahead, and I think before the end of this year, we should be able to achieve those targets. Our long-term strategy is that partly we have long-term, partly medium-term, and partly short-term for the open market conditions, so that we have advantage of all the markets and average out the realizations.
Got it, sir. Thank you. I'll join back in the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Manav from Yes Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Yes, hi. Thank you once again for the opportunity. So my question is, regarding the Supreme Court hearing. I think you mentioned it's going to be on 18th of November this month itself. And we have, seen constantly that the dates have been getting shifted. So, I mean, are we facing any challenges, or what's your take on the same?
No, we are not facing any challenges. It's a legal process which takes its own time. 2 hearings have already taken place. One hearing, detailed arguments have already taken place. On the second day, this could not happen because of other engagements of the court. So next hearing has been fixed on 18th. So it's a normal legal process and it takes its own time. Otherwise, we are not facing any hurdle as such.
Got it, sir. And so my second question would be, could you
just to clarify, I think we are the fag end of the court case, and there is absolutely no hurdle whatsoever. So you guys can be rest assured on that.
Got it. So that is quite helpful. So my second question, pertains to what sort of capex can we, look at FY26 and FY27. Hello.
We have lost you.
Hello.
Jain साहब, they are asking for capex. वही बीच में break हो रहा है, but they are asking for capex for FY26 and 27.
FY26, we have estimated capex of 500 to 600 crores, and for next 3 years, as we stated, we already lined up capexes of 500 to 700 crores every year. That is what is already committed. In addition to that, whatever opportunities we get, and now we will start working on the expansion of the IPP. That is in addition to these things. What capex I have explained to you relates to the iron ore mine, coal mine, and hydropower projects.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much. I'll rejoin back.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question comes from the line of Rajesh Bhandari from Nakoda Engineers. Please go ahead.
नमस्कार सर, and congratulations for good results. हालांकि थोड़ा सा एक्सपेक्टेशन से डाउन रहा, जो आपने रीजन बता दिया.
Thank you, Mr. Rajesh, but your voice is breaking off little bit.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
We can. Please go ahead.
So, sir, congratulations for the good results. And of course, थोड़ा सा डाउन रहा, जिसका रीजन भी आपने बता दिया. तो मेरा मेन पॉइंट है ऑन दैट अपना एक्सपांशन जो इसका थर्मल पावर प्लांट का, तो जिसमें अप्रूवल प्रोसेस अभी चालू है, सर कितना टाइम लेगा अप्रोक्सीमेटली?
सर कम से कम 2 साल लगते हैं मिनिमम साइड में.
क्यों, अपना तो अभी खाली बीटीजी है सर, बॉयलर, टरबाइन और जनरेटर. बाकी तो सारा पेरिफेरियल्स तो है अपने पास.
नहीं, अप्रूवल जो एनवायरमेंटल क्लियरेंस है, फॉरेस्ट क्लियरेंस है, गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल्स जो है ना, उनमें कर पाएगा. आप क्या ले रहे हो? प्लांट सेटअप करने के लिए जो गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल्स लगती है.
जी. ओके 2 years. एंड देन उसमें लगाएंगे अपन प्लांट, उसमें कितना टाइम लग जाएगा सर?
अब वो तो प्लांट में तो उस समय डिलीवरी शेड्यूल कैसे क्या रहती है उस पर भी डिपेंड करता है.
जी. हाँ.
टाइम में जनरली 3 साल तो लगता ही है.
Total normally 3 साल. But अच्छा, our cost is going to be much lesser than a normal plant for 600 megawatt?
Yes, definitely, because we have ready infrastructure.
ready infra, and yeah, by that time our coal requirement also will be done by coal mining expansion.
हाँ, कोल माइनिंग एक्सपेंशन से भी आता है, आईपीपी के लिए गवर्नमेंट से भी अपने को कंसेशनल रेट में कोयला मिलता ही है, तो वी आर इन द कोल बेल्ट, चारों तरफ हम हमारा
जी हाँ एंड दैट पावर सेलिंग विल नॉट बी ए प्रॉब्लम 3 साल बाद में.
Rajesh, but I request you to rejoin the queue for further questions.
Yeah, okay, no issue.
Thank you, sir.
हाँ.
The next question comes from the line of Proleen Nandu from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
So again, a similar question to previous participant. In terms of expansion, right? Is this going to be an 800 megawatt expansion or 600 megawatt expansion? And you mentioned that you have started the process of approvals, right? So is it like it's more in our hand as to when do we execute, or are we going to time it? Are we waiting for, maybe Supreme Court's this thing to come before we expand? Just wanted to understand, where are we? Because I'm sure wherever you order your BTGs, right, they will have their order book full. So it's better to place the order sooner rather than later. So just wanted to understand, are we waiting for some milestone to get done before we, push on the pedal for this new expansion, or what is it?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. No, approval is the preliminary requirement. Unless we have approvals in our hand, we are not waiting for anything. We have already gone ahead for approvals. All the studies have to be carried out. DPR preparation is going on, and all those things we are evaluating. All those options, as you told, shall we go for 660, 600, 800? All those studies are going on parallelly. So we will take a final call to set up 600 megawatt, 660 megawatt, or 800 megawatt, depending upon the final recommendation of the experts on the viability study. Because all the sizes have their own both advantages and disadvantages. So looking to the peculiar location of the plant and all other things, based on the recommendation of the experts, we will go ahead with the capacity. And we have already moved ahead and taking steps for approval. So we are not waiting for anything, and nothing we are holding back for something or like that. So that process is already on.
Understood. And once what you said to the previous participant's answer was that once you have decided which configuration to go with, after that it will take 2.5 years for plant to get commercialized, right? Is that understanding correct in terms of timeline?
No, it's not only that, because by end of 1 year I may be able to finalize my configuration. But unless I have approvals in place for going ahead with the project, I cannot start work on the ground. So that is an independent aspect. So first we have to have the forest approval, forest clearance. That will take some time. After that only we can start work on the ground.
Got it. So it's the combination of 2-3 things, right? We taking decision as to what we need to do, simultaneously approvals are in place, and then we place the order and whatever time it takes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And one last question, sir. You mentioned that apart from this expansion of your existing coal mines, another mine which you have acquired recently will also come to production sometime next year, right? What is the capacity of that coal mine?
That is 0.6 million ton per annum. That is Shahapur in state of Madhya Pradesh.
Okay. And it will come in the second half of... Sorry, I missed that last.
That will come up in production in the next financial year.
And that's a high grade coal mine. That's better quality coal mine.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question comes from the line of Rajesh Bhandari from Nakoda Engineers. Please go ahead.
हाँ सर, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, विच इज द बेस्ट क्वार्टर फॉर थर्मल पावर and which is the best quarter for hydel power?
Sir, for hydel power generation wise, second quarter, that is July to September, is the best.
जी sir, जी.
For thermal power, generally it is from February to mid of July. So it covers
From
February to mid of July.
ओके, जनवरी टू जुलाई. ओके. उसके बाद में क्या डिमांड कम हो जाती है सर?
बरसात में थोड़ा सा थर्मल पावर का डिमांड कम रहता है, बिकॉज रेनी सीजन में आपके थोड़ा सा क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस भी बेटर रहती है, हाइड्रो पावर जनरेशन इंक्रीज हो जाता है. एंड
बट अक्टूबर के बाद में वापस पिकअप करता है.
हाँ, अक्टूबर के बाद वापस पिकअप करता है, बट बिकॉज जो एयर कंडीशनिंग वगैरह की डिमांड कम रहती है,
वो कम रहती है. करेक्ट.
और हाइड्रो जनरेशन भी थोड़ा सा कंपेरेटिवली बेटर रहता है.
हाँ. जी.
पार्टी February to July.
जी. और ये अपना जो मिनरल फाइबर का जो प्रोडक्शन चालू हुआ है सर, व्हाट इज द टर्नओवर वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट?
सर अभी इनिशियल स्टेज है, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा.
अच्छा.
नया प्रोडक्ट है मार्केटिंग वगैरह में.
इसमें बट राजेश जी आपको बता दें कि इसमें जो टर्नओवर जाएगा, इट विल बी फुल फ्लेजेड. जब प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा तो इट विल बी रफली अराउंड 130-140 ऑड करोड़.
ओ अच्छा, इतना. इसका एप्लीकेशन क्या रहता है सर?
इसमें क्या है ना, इसमें वेरियस डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स एट डिफरेंट प्राइस लेवल्स.
जी सर.
तो क्या है ना, कोई प्रोडक्ट 40 रुपए का बिकता है, कोई प्रोडक्ट 75 रुपए का भी बिकता है.
जी.
वी आर स्टिल इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ गेटिंग अप्रूवल्स एक्सेट्रा. थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा एग्जैक्ट असेसमेंट करके आपको बताने में, बट 100 करोड़ प्लस ही रहेगा.
मैं समझ गया.
फुल फ्लेजेड.
हाँ,
फुल फ्लेजेड चलेगा.
जी सर.
It is more on, please understand that your group Sarda Energy has gone in terms of reducing their carbon emissions, getting green tags, getting green council approvals for a circular economy within the plant premises. So primarily, if you look at it, it's a product that we have started producing to be more carbon neutral, to mitigate the risk of CBAM to a certain extent, and to reduce the carbon footprint of the company overall. And the application of this product is in industries, in various industries it is required, and it is also required in all the buildings, commercial buildings, industrial buildings, residential buildings. Basically, it is insulation material which goes into panels, and then it is applied into the building outside facades and the roofs. And also this material is used for insulation in industries like pharma, steel, power plants.
जी. हाँ, वो इंसुलेशन मतलब तो अभी समझ गए सर. इंसुलेशन तो बहुत एप्लीकेशन है.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Rajesh.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Manav from Yes Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you so much, sir. So one question, in regards with Shahpur West Mine in Madhya Pradesh that we're speaking of, the 0.6 million ton. You mentioned that this is a high-grade coal mine. So I just wanted to know, are we going to be using this coal for power generation, or is it for steel-grade coal that this mine is going to be producing?
This will be for the steel and ferroalloys, not for power. This is high-grade coal which will be used to replace our imported coal application.
Got it. And sir, one question on hydropower. Considering that we had it sort of extended monsoons, do we expect a higher PLF for this quarter Q3 as compared to the last Q3?
Yes.
Okay, and the pricing also can be seen in the same range, or do we have some subdued side on the pricing?
I didn't get. Same range means?
Like as per the last year also, on a quarter-on-quarter basis, how is the pricing shaping up for the hydropower?
Quarter-on-quarter generation will be lower because the second quarter is the peak season, full rainy season. But if you compare YOY, year on year, there will be reasonably good growth in the generation.
No, that I got it, sir. But how's the average selling price per unit going to be on a quarter-on-quarter basis from Q2 FY26 to Q3 across the power segment?
So if you see for the two of hydropower projects, we have long-term tie-up. So we have a fixed price, right? Irrespective of the quarter. For the whole year, we have a fixed price for 2 into 25 megawatt hydropower projects. For Sikkim hydropower project, we are selling in the open market, so prices will be better than the second quarter, because second quarter we have the lowest price because of rainy season and the lower demand. Third quarter prices move up, and fourth quarter prices are much better. Fourth and peak is in the first quarter, because that is April, May, June is the summer season. There you get the highest power realization. February, March also you get very good price realization, but lowest price realization is in second quarter and November, December. These are the low price periods in power sector.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you so much and all the very best.
Thanks.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Thank you. The operation of IPP and newly commissioned Reher hydropower projects are fully stabilized, which is reflected in their capacity utilization. Solar power plant is expected to start operation by the end of current financial year. Shahpur coal mine will also commence operation in the next financial year. All these will add to the performance of the company in the ensuing quarters. We remain confident of delivering record results for financial year 26 despite sectoral challenges in the steel sector. Our strategy of reinvesting surplus cash into diversified future-ready projects provides visibility on the growth perspective. Thank you for joining us today. For any queries, please feel free to reach out to us or our investor relations team. Thank you.
On behalf of Sarda Energy and Minerals Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.